Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 2 here in the WellPlay Invitational Finals. My name is Dragon Job, I'm joined by Marpax, and these are Danish Bears versus Kaipi. Kaipi with a strong showing in game number 1 with a good draft here, working out just a little bit better with a Night Stalker creating quite a lot of space early on, creating a lot of problems for Danish Bears to say the least, but this time around it's being banned out by Kaipi themselves alongside Hess Joe's Darks here again. And Leicester are taken up by Danish Bears that don't necessarily want to deal with the same hero again. And they grab themselves the Beastmaster, which is a high priority pick in his own right. Oracle Invoker is the immediate response from Kaipi. Packs, your thoughts so far?
I really agree with the ban on the decks here. I think it just makes a lot of sense. Like they run it so well in Danish Bears. They have an extremely good track record with it. I think they won their last four games straight with it. So basically, since BabyNate has joined, they're actually undefeated using the decks here. So the last time they lost it was when they still had Penguin check.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I mean, why not get rid of it? It's a very top tier hero, not just for them, of course, but for most teams, it combos up really nicely with the. I mean, there's so many good 4-role roamers now that you can't shut them all down. There's just no way. You can't ban them all out. There's Ricky, Bounty, Night Stalker, Earth Spirit. So guaranteed, if you let through that Darkseer, they're going to get some combo with it. And they're just so competent at running it that it's not worth giving that away.
Yep.
But instead, they do get the Beastmaster, who a lot of people would consider like, tier 1 hero. We haven't seen the Doom rear his head yet this series. And then the Lycan, he just always gets banned out before that second phase. So I'm not sure if we'll end up seeing him here, but it wouldn't be the worst combo to start with, honestly.
Well, they're gonna get the death roll here. It's also push a bit of a different variety, obviously centered around your ultimate, also than anything else. But DB have to be careful not to pick it too much into that. Because I've seen all push, like all guns facing forward kind of lineups before, and they're just so brittle that if you throw one stone in their way, they'll just fall over entirely. But for now, it's a pretty good opening nonetheless. Yeah, DP, good matchup up against Invoker. Oracle kind of taken away, so you don't have that possibility to grab it up for yourself to kind of keep the Death Prophet alive. So maybe we'll see. Once again, the Phoenix maybe still in the pool, something like a Dazzle. Someone that can make sure that the DP can actually get the ultimate off entirely instead of being bursted down.
Yeah, that Oracle also extremely good versus the Beastmaster. Probably the best solo support in lane. You can just Purifying Flame down the board, and then the Beastmaster has no real staying presence in the lane. So you can pretty much guarantee that you'll be heading to the jungle relatively early for Hesta Joe, especially if the position one they pick is any sort of like added control, where you can just Fortune's End as well, just ready to do some kills. So not too surprisingly, go with the Sven ban, Oracle Sven, very nice combo, syncs up well with the Invoker too. Would have a very good time in lane, but with the Lifestealer gone, you can expect something along the lines of perhaps the Juggernaut, decent single target damage up against the Death Prophet if you can get the Omni Slash off. You want somebody that can try and burst her down relatively early on. The 4-position roamers, though, are still available for both sides. And we'll see if we end up in that sort of scenario. Maybe they'll go back for something a little bit more standard, like the Lion or something, to try and burst down the Death Prophet. But Tusk, Earth Spirit, there's the Tusk, yeah. Tusk is so good.
Oh yeah. They also really
I actually love this hero.
Yeah,
I think Tusk and I think Tusk and Earth Spirit are just like on another level compared to like Spirit Breaker and Night Stalker in a lot of ways, because these two heroes, you can't stop the initiation. Like, I guess you can get in the way of the roll in some ways, which is good, but there's no stun, right? You can't like lift someone in the middle of Snowball or in the middle of Rolling Boulder. You don't have any way to disjoin it, so you can basically guarantee that you're going to get that slow or that stun off in the case of Tusk. And I feel like he's underrated. I don't know, like, why does he? I feel like he should be like tier 1 for most teams, whereas you only really see like Liquid and people still rolling it out in that very early stages.
Yeah, it's kind of forgotten about. Maybe it's just because he's over one punch kind of guy. No pun intended. But kind of do a combo and then you're like, all right, what do we do now? I mean, the spells are fairly high cooldown, whereas with something like an Earth Spirit, even a Night Stalker, those are fairly low cooldown spells. Right? You can Boulder Smash, Rolling Boulder, especially at the higher levels. A 10-second, 4-second on Rolling Boulder. Maybe that has something to do with it, but yeah, I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing. I don't like, because we saw one would assume that they would be going back for the Vengeful Spirit here, and just go like. But you know, double aura, double save. Like, was not able to get anything done as you'd expect. Can't jungle well. And it could just be that they're fine with going for a more traditional melee offlaner and only getting 3 heroes with the aura because it's helping out that invoker so much in the mid lane where he's always going to be suffering up against the Death Prophet that extra right click damage is going to be extremely important. Try and give him some presence there. But having Avenge wouldn't be the worst because they could run like the Oracle in the mid lane to help. Well, actually, the Oracle to help out in the mid lane some too. TP rotations in from the Venge. Couple different options here. It'll mostly be just the Tusk in the mid, I hope, though. And they'll go back for a more traditional offlaner.
Yeah. Well, don't even have a lot of time to think about it as they use a lot of their reserve time already. They're still looking for a 1 position. A little bit of Invis. Weaver kind of comes to mind. Someone else.
If the Death Prophet wasn't so like later turning on, I'm almost like a or something.
Yeah.
Clinks.
It's gonna be Clinks after all, so it's someone that can go Invis, go into the backlines, but Slaughter, I love this last pick now. It's great against the Clinks. See if you get the initiation, you can't just run away at the very. On the flip side here, if he initiates on you with an Orchid, either Slaughter, Draw Ranger, anyone really, then they might just be food.
Yeah, I feel like the side of KP, like they just showed last game that they're totally willing to sack their mid too, so it's really scary to go for some sort of a harder carry in your position 1 for the Danish Bears because you just don't know, like they might just throw Sing Sing to the Wolves like completely. Just send Sexy Bambo back down bottom with the Slardar, right? Whereas you kind of more usually expect them to kind of hang out in the mid lane and try and help there. We already saw just how much aggression they're willing to put down there and try and shut down Noya and whoever's kind of hanging with them, but this game looks like Noya will be spending a lot of time in the mid lane as opposed to that off lane with like the Lich and down in the safe.
Definitely some interesting last picks here. Both teams, but he did smoke up actually for DB. So looking for some early action, or at least some early wards. But so let's run through our lineups really quickly. And game number 2, this best of 5. Kaipi on the Dire side once again. We've got Come With Me on the Oracle supporting, getting out that lane ward up in top lane. Drow Ranger played by Bone 7 in the 1 position. Sing Sing benefiting from that aura as the mid invoker. Down in bottom lane we've got 33 and that 3 position role. That's also known as the Coon standing in here. And we've also got Sexy Bambo on that roaming support task. Might find something here, but I don't think they want to take a fight here.
No, and again, Bambo going for the same kind of early Windlace build. And could even like go into an Orb of Venom or something.
He gets actually connect here onto Bambo. Ace can start right-clicking a little bit here. It's a nice snowball into Baby Knight though. Does have a Spirit Siphon available. This should be the first blood. Gonna give it to Baby Knight. Also plenty of time to still set up for the bottom rune. So it's a great start for this mid DP.
Oh, they missed the sentry though, unfortunately. They have one more, so they can guarantee it, and that's fine.
That wants to block the camp though.
Yeah, I know, so they might not realize too.
He's gonna get one now. Okay.
So either way, that'll be Rise down bottom on the Phoenix. Ace will be on the Clinks. Mid lane will be Baby Knight on the Death Prophet, helped out by Noya on your Earth Spirit. And Hesta Joe going to the off lane on the Beastmaster to start. We'll see how long he lasts up here.
Doesn't have that straight up Iron Talon, a little bit more regen instead, so definitely wants to get something out of this lane. Or we can go back into that and officially found the jungle. But as I said, with the Oracle there, kind of being good against the Spores. Could be a bit dangerous. Then again, you kind of want to try and limit the Drow range as much as you can early. There it is. Fortune's End, Bone 7 there with Couple of right clicks. Snowball comes through as well from behind. Sexy Bamboo. Try to get in front of Joe for the body block, unable to do so. And he should be alright. Actually, another Fortune's End, channel up quite a bit. Now, Noya's there to try and maybe turn us around onto Sexy Bamboo. Let's have the roll, try to go for body block himself. There's the roll with the slow. Now, Baby Knight coming back in. Can he turn us around here? They do get the slow off from the Spirit Siphon. Snowball comes out to dodge some of the damage. I'm not quite sure it's gonna be enough. No, it will not. Baby Knight with the extra nuke after the fact, and this was just a chase that went on for too long.
You know, we got cross-country plays going on here. Joe finally making his way back up top, trying to get his first experience. Come with me. No, unable to get any sort of a pull off here.
Was it worth it though? I mean, giving up another kill to Baby Knight just to try and shut down this Beastmaster even more. Gonna go on him again here. Bone 7 very aggressively, throwing out a couple of right clicks. It's working so far.
They really wanted that kill early on. Like, they wanted to just shut down Joe immediately, send him into the jungle, and then make sure that Sexy Bamboo could just head bottom basically with level 2. That was essentially the goal, but instead he just gets some pulls off. Joe can even summon up the boar now. And it's only level 1 with Come With Me, and he already revealed the Fortune's End, so currently there's nothing he can do against the boar.
Can Fortune's End it, or the Beastmaster? Some around. Oh, what? What?
Oh, Noya Dota, the DD rune.
That is not something that you expect No Spirit to be able to pull off, especially not in that position. It's a lucky find, to say the least. And that's actually a really big deal. Sing now, he can't have his boots for another 2 minutes or so. Now the roll comes in, will connect onto him. He still has the DD. Baby Knight gets in range from Spirit Siphon here, especially with the extra stun. Might just be Sing going down, 2 points up into nuke. Despite the Fairy Fire, even planting a tree, try and eat it. The Tango didn't even get to do that.
Oh, Baby Knight, go eat that tree. I guess he's full HP. But the salt, man. Oh, he's doing it! Oh, he's doing it! Yeah! Attaboy. Alright, I like that.
It's just utter domination right now for Baby Knight. It's 2 kills, 1 assist here, 1 of those deaths on Sing. I mean, this is not a good position for the Invoker to be in. I mean, he's not going quasi-exalt, so you also cannot really expect any sort of Midas first, or any sort of early Midas play necessarily. So how much will he be affected going into mid-game with this kind of a start?
I don't know, we'll probably see the, like, phase earn, like, usually get, like, 1 item before the Midas, so somewhere around, like, the 15, you really want, like, a 16-minute Midas on Quaswex Invoker. That's kind of the dream, which sounds kind of shitty compared to, like, Quas Exort Invoker, where you want it right away, but that's just how it has to go. Yeah, you need something to help yourself out, like, be it the phase earn, or even the Yules. Sometimes we've seen players go straight up for the Orchid even before that Midas, but you still need those levels so badly as an Invoker that it's still very important you get the Midas eventually.
Oh, look at this. Oh yeah, with the Invis rune, top rune also secured there. Like they want to make something happen on 33. Does have enough mana for a crush. Could kind of throw a wrench in our plans, but now that they get good initiation off, there it is. Stun, Sunray comes out, the crush is there. Sunray just keeps on target. Oh my god. 10 health points. Stands between him and the grave.
Calculated. You know,
that's a nerf. That's a Sunray nerf.
That's right. Yeah.
Base damage got nerfed on that.
Deservedly so. I mean, let's not be too crazy here. And it looks like the mid lane though. Sunray is back up and ready to go.
Well, to get the roll connected here, Icarus dive comes through. EMP, and it's just gonna go off as he dies. Kind of a victory celebration for DB. Now you were talking about Kaipi sec in the middle lane. Exactly what they kind of end up doing, whether they want to or not right now. There's no effort of even trying to go for any sort of rotation plays from the Oracle or anyone else. Try and salvage this, try and turn it around.
How are we doing on a Drow Ranger too? Like, she's top of her team, but still well behind that Death Prophet. My god, Sing is getting destroyed. I hadn't actually looked at the total net worth, but once you add it all up here, not looking too good. He's actually more than doubled up by this Death Prophet right now.
We're 6 minutes in. I mean, And Tasa just commit suicide up top here. Why not? Yeah, I mean, this top lane is the only thing that's really going in favor of Kaipi, and even then, Beastmaster is sitting at a decent amount of levels, despite not going for that Iron Talon build-up. That all but secure this kind of farm by this point.
Yeah, I would consider it a win just the fact that he hasn't died, honestly. Like, they picked an Oracle essentially just to counter him, really. Like, it's okay with the Drow, but honestly, one of the biggest reasons they even picked this hero is just because they're like, alright, how do we stop this Beastmaster from having a good time in lane? And they still haven't even been able to kill him, just making sure he's not overextending. And he's not even that far behind the Drow, honestly.
That is the roll. They baited out Bond 7. Will not actually connect here, but the Gus doesn't actually go on to Neuer, so does have more lockdown available. Also didn't connect on Rise, so he could get that Sunray off. That's a really, really nice kill for DB to make happen. I really like the shift that they do, just going from lane to lane. Just making sure that Kaipi never really knows where they're coming from. And this is exactly what you want to do with No Spirit as well. Oh yeah, it's had so much impact already in this game. It's gonna continue to have it too. Even though he's not getting the most levels, he's getting some. Almost level 4 now. Even Phoenix coming in, just knowing that you have a carry that can
this
just
is so ridiculous.
But yeah, it's
the lions are closing in on their prey. Do they have any protection though? Like, is there a possibility he just gets out of this with a quick ghost walk? There is.
Don't have anything here. Just gonna go for Tornado MP onto Ace.
Oh, he's out of mana though.
Nice stun dodge.
Nice
Now
EMP
the TP reactions come in. There's a dust. Try and go for Ace. Can he turn around? Actually, not really. With the rest of them there, Baby Knight with double Spirit Siphon. I gotta focus on Bambo. But look at this. 33 actually finds Ace in the backlines. Doesn't matter for anything here, and looks like he might be run down. Meanwhile, in the backlines, Boca not quite getting out. Baby Knight going in deep for the chase.
Not
We'll get the
again.
last right click through.
Double kill.
And
Baby Knight.
yeah, Ace is also
This would
fine.
be a huge kill.
And the Coon wasn't able to bring him down. Actually turned it around to... Oh yeah, okay, they got him. Got him eventually. The first kill they got, but yeah, it was an important one. It actually makes it worth it for Kaipi, just if you're just looking at the fight recap.
Yeah, man, that minus armor is so good. Again, onto Rise now. Jeez. You end up doing 277 damage with the amplified damage onto that Death Prophet. Oh, yo. Oh, he's gonna get him! Give it to him! Give him the business! Alright.
Same time, Beastmaster died up
top.
yeah. Ace is there too. Should be fine. Yeah, it looks like they tried to go on Bone 7, but Sixing was there for the reaction. That's kind of the thing that you have to be very, very off if you have such a good early game. The fact that you're ahead makes it easier for the enemy team to come back with just a couple of pick-offs.
Yeah,
you can see
especially
it right now,
because you don't get that tanky early on.
Yeah. In 7 and 3, technically DB should be far ahead, especially with no towers going down, but yeah. Okay, Kaipi got that one tower up on top just a moment ago. But yeah, the graph's pretty much at zero line now, so they go in deep here. Neuer will be brought down almost with the right clicks here. Baby Knight goes in deep, has the help of Ace. They do get enough damage to trade for Come With Me, so 1-for-1 so far, but Sexy Bambo tries to go for the lockdown with the ice shots. But look at this Rise, and that's to join the backlines here to find the roll to Sing Sing after the smoke. And this could be a big pick off for the Sunray, not actually connecting to Rise, so Sunray will keep going. Doing a lot of work here. Even as Joe gets brought down by an EMP, they're still looking for more Baby Knight. Shepherds them in front of them. Aren't quite able to catch up. They don't have the chasing potential. Especially with no balls out and with Neuer not quite being ready. He just respawned a moment ago.
Yeah, KP just not quite ready to fight. And Blink Dagger's almost done. On 3-3 here, so he'll be looking to get active. Probably going to smoke up with it with his team once that happens. Looks like Sing Sing is actually just because of the start going straight for the Midas, which is something we never really see on the Quasbox Invoker, but of course, with how far behind he is, it is certainly not going to be a surprise here.
Yeah. This Blink on Slaughter, though, it means that the Coon can actually start creating much more space. Pretty much along lines as he's already had. It's 2-0-0, he helped with the pick-off onto Baby Knight earlier. Also got the solo kill on Rise.
The problem I'm seeing for him, though, is that they have to smoke up with 4 with the Drow Ranger, whereas, like, Actually, they're even just going to go as 3, but this is pretty tough. If they find a solo hero, it can work, but they have the Dust onto Bambo. It's just, there's no Sunstrike, right? Like, this is actually a pretty weak ganking squad between these 3 heroes.
Ice is there to try and help out with the Sunray coming out immediately. Snowball to Ace is still alive though. They do see him with the amplified damage. Still quite fast, and now the raw turnaround on the 33. Immediate Fortune's End though, or False Promise, whatever it's called. Nice blink out too. Just blinking out of the way of the roll. He almost popped after all. Didn't quite get enough damage onto him though.
Yeah, Baby Knight not able to help out his squad there.
Got an Invis rune though, but I was still being up, can't really dive, but he will spot out that extra aggression coming through, and this could be dangerous for Kaipi. I get the Blink Rush onto Ace, but Baby Knight will reveal himself. Doesn't have enough mana for the ultimate though, unfortunately. So he just has to go for a Spirit Siphons, but with Noya coming in, should get at least come with me, a couple of right clicks. He's actually healing himself up, and now trying to turn around, so Noya, the last right click is enough from Bone 7, but now he put himself in a really bad position. The sun comes out to Snowball. I don't think it's gonna last long enough to dodge. Yeah, we'll actually put them right inside the stun radius. I'm not sure that was the best task play I've ever seen, to be honest, up against Phoenix. So it did work out well for DB. They get the Drow Ranger, they get 2 extra support kills. Should be able to turn this into Tarpush as well, with Baby Knight having his ultimate going.
That was a tough situation anyway. They both had the Fire Spirits debuff, so there was no way they were killing that egg.
Yeah.
I can understand the panic moment there. Maybe hoping to find someone moving a little bit further away from the fight. Oh, damn. I don't know. Kaipi, like, Slardar is a hero that, there's a reason you see it with Invoker a lot, is that you do really want that Sunstrike comboed up, or you need some sort of a core that can move around early. Like, that's what works with Slardar.
Yep.
Is that once he gets a blink there, he just wants to fight, right? We all know that. There's no real scaling with this hero. After this, he pretty much just buys 4 staff, and that's your hero. Then he gets a BKB. So, low cooldowns, you know he's doing the entire game. But there's no one to help him out, man. He's smoking with an Oracle and a Tusk. That is not the life. I mean, Tusk isn't even level 6. Like, what are you gonna do? I don't know how this is supposed to work. Like, I'm surprised they even tried to go into the Clinks, honestly.
If he was alone, maybe they could have actually made it happen. Yeah, with the Oracle kind of the only one in that trio as well, benefiting from the Draw Aura. Yeah, outside of that, you don't really have the damage. Gonna have to throw out all your spells here, plus the Purifying Flames. You can maybe make it work, but only if the Clinks isn't kind of all feasted up on a big creep. I don't know. Gonna try and go for Roshan now. They will be spotted out by the boars.
I mean, it's certainly a nice possibility with the Slardar plus the Drought Aura, so...
There's no DP ult. There's a Sun though.
There's Beastmaster.
Not ready to
go. Sentry. Ace is now inside the vision and under Observer, so they know he's around. No contest here. Now this is really nice though. Okay, so this is where we talk about like a core that doesn't really smoke up in the Drow Ranger. Having this Aegis, now they can start doing the siege, right? Take down the bottom tower if they'd like first. Move into that jungle using the vision from this ward. Unfortunately, it's about to expire. But they also have their scan up, so Dire Side Vision, they don't see them smoking into their jungle. This is kind of an awkward maneuver right now from the Danish Bears, actually. This is not where you would expect someone to go after the Aegis, especially that tower still up bottom. So they'll use the smoke, just plant down some vision as it does expire now. But KP are just chilling in their jungle, taking over the Danish Bear side of the map.
Kind of trading places to some degree. Dire side jungle also heavily warded up by the Radiant sides there.
This definitely favors Kaipi though.
Oh yeah,
because you think about how fast, like, the way that they push on Danish Bears at their fastest, it's via Exorcism. And of course, they don't want to pop Exorcism with no contest.
Yeah.
So it's just on the Clinks to try and chop down these towers. And they have a Beastmaster too, so it's relatively fine. It's just, I mean, look at KP though. Like, they could just go high ground, honestly. In fact, they're actually pinging the mid. Whereas Sexy Bambo's pinging high ground. He's like, no, let's go. Like, let's force them all home. We don't want to lose our tier 2. That seems like the Bambo play.
Pretty much.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be forced to go back. Tier 2 not really taking significant damage. Hesiodor is still sitting around for a little while longer. And he also finally TPs, and this is where Kaipi can just say, alright, let's get the hell out of here. DB is forced back, they don't get anything in return, so it's gonna be a 2-for-1 tower trade, tier 1 and tier 2 in the bottom lane. Just a tier 1 up top. Ace, careful. Is there any sort of detection on the side of Kaipi? Not really. When's the point do you think where they're gonna pick up the gem just to make sure to have that initial vision on Ace?
That's a good question. It wouldn't be the worst time. There's certainly don't. Oh wow.
Blink Crush on 33. Ace just turns it on. Doesn't have the sprint going, but that means he's slowed down. The roar to secure the kill. And they didn't get the Oracle in the back. He was able to TP out on the back of that false promise. He almost popped, yeah. Not quite.
I don't know. They just have so many items they need. Like Bambo would be the only one who could theoretically buy it. I would say, just because like the Slardar needs so much more. I guess maybe the Oracle could as well, but they're just so poor that like Link or the gem might not be the top priority, but it is really good against that not only the Clinks but like the Beastmaster Hawks too, to know when you're being watched.
Siege is real, and as quick as a Drow Ranger can push down towers here now with level 2 marksmanship, do a ridiculous amount of damage here, and you have such a high attack speed coming from that. Clinks is in a similar boat, just with the searing arrows. They cannot commit to prevent the deny though, unfortunately. Which should still put him very close to the Desolator that he's looking for. And what do you actually think about that pickup instead of the Orchid this game?
I think it makes a lot of sense. It's just kind of the more standard, you know, physical damage heavy build.
I guess it does help you with the exorcism. It does give you the ability to burst someone down easily.
Yeah.
They don't really have any other big right clickers that can do that job for you, so yeah, it does make sense. Speaking of right clickers, though, Beastmaster.
Wow, Force Staff. Is this the Hurricane Pike's actually being picked up by Bone 7?
It's actually ready already.
Okay, alright.
Okay, brought down by Slardar plus a task, and rotation comes through. Mid tier 1 has fallen, Kaipi claiming that one, and TP still working on his top lane. Can't quite push fast enough here. They're gonna lose another tier 2 if they don't respond to this.
This is really interesting. A Hurricane Pike. I mean, that's 2,500 gold on top of Dragonlance, so you are missing out on a lot of progression towards some of those other items, like higher agility, or even the BKB, but it fits in kind of well with having the Aegis right now. So it's an item that you kind of want eventually, but it's very suitable for the current timing they have. I just feel like they want to actually get some stuff done in the next minute or so, but they're just about to lose that Aegis in about 30 seconds.
Has gone down. Still not favorable to Kaipi getting the better end of the map control, and what the hell again?
Yeah, they don't even have those like deep observers to try and scout this out, and that's why you see immediately Cometly comes and throws down some observers. It's just like, oh man, they must have something here scouting out this courier, but they do not. So there goes our Aegis as the trumpet sounds. Bone 7 back to being a squishy and scared Drow Ranger.
So Sing Sing
it's
now.
Like it's kind of like a skill play going for the Hurricane Pike, right?
Oh,
like
yeah,
you're relying on yourself to be tactically better than needing a BKB. Ace, I don't know about this. This is a
he's gonna get some help coming. There it is. Couple of Rikes on the 3-3 right into an arms of Baby Knight. Actually misses the nuke. Now Slardar is just living away. Bit of a misplay.
Yeah, I guess just trying to drive him back in a way. You'd think that they might have waited. Just so good at surviving.
And so, the thing about the Hurricane Pike is that you have to be very careful about is the vision. Because you still need vision to attack your target. So, either you have some wards, or you have your your teammates scouting out for you, but sometimes, especially you in this kind of area right around the Radiant Side jungle, or any jungle for that matter, just lose the vision here. If you get juked through the trees, then it's not actually going to do a whole lot for you, except just force starve your enemy away from you, the guy that you want to kill.
Yeah, and that was the 100 attack speed boost now in the new patch, right?
Oh yeah,
so
that's
you get like that's a Mask of Madness equivalent, which is kind of crazy. So you think about like how good that is Maybe that's why it makes a lot of sense, right? Like the Drow Ranger losing out on that Mask of Madness. The cooldown's only 14 seconds. The unlimited range lasts for 5. Maybe that's worth it, actually, to go for this so early. I'll be interested.
Where they can make it work. So far, he hasn't had the opportunity to. And right now, DB looks like they are grouping up a little bit more. Do you think they just wanna try and find a pick-off, or do you just want to try and play it slow, kind of play the farm game now?
I think that they're just like stronger than the side of KP. They're not really getting outscaled too heavily. They're just kind of okay with Klink scouting out, trying to find a pick-off, and then looking for some decent objective to try and take. Namely a tier 3, but of course that last tier 2 making that a little bit less likely. And then they're just waiting for that Aegis onto someone important on the team, more than likely the Klink, so that he can just go on forward and do his thing.
Same thing with Almighty. He's been actually able to catch up quite nicely. Still not quite up there with Baby Knight. But it does have the Aghanim Scepter already, so high ground defense, we won't think that far. It's actually pretty damn good for Kaipi now. With a Blink Crush, with Snowball, kind of trying to do things, save some people, perhaps Oracle with False Promise, obviously.
Yeah, it's a rather scary one to try and run up into. Like Klink's obviously very good at sieging and taking buildings, same with the Death Prophet, but in terms of like getting into those backlines and getting the kills up on the high ground, it's going to be mostly on the Earth Spirit, and the Phoenix cause a little bit of chaos to allow them to wiggle their way up there and get some stuff done. And now the Blink on the Beastmaster is a nice pickup, just going for the single level here in the Necronomicon and prioritizing that initiation for them, which is something they were lacking for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like, you can't just dive and go for the egg, and this is the other great part about the medallion, now heading into that Solar Crest, because just looking at this lineup, that it's going to be the Invoker, the Drow Ranger, the Slardar, lots of great evasion opportunities here. But KP have kind of wiggled their way down into suddenly being at the racks and immediate pings being thrown out here. I don't think Danish Spirits were quite prepared for this one, as they all immediately recall back to the base.
Gonna lose a tier 3 here, it's all that quick. Oh god, they actually find
there
Noya
goes
in the
Noya.
back. Baby Knight caught in
Baby
front
Knight.
as well with Silence. Nice little use to keep himself alive. Sunrise there as well. They do good at follow-up crush as well as the stun. And yeah, the sun, the Split Siphon not quite enough. He does, yeah. They need to get some kills here now. Nice little Ice Wall to slow them down, though they cannot actually get anyone. 33 just TPs out. Cold-blooded. Actually, they do get Sing Sing in the back somehow.
Yeah,
that
that's
was
so worth
costly, though. Yeah, that was really costly. They did hold the racks though, but yeah, it's just one of these examples where Kaipi just outmaneuvered them. EB kind of looking around the general areas, waiting to get maybe a pick off and then setting up slowly for the tier 2. Not really looking too far behind themselves. Now speaking of this general area, Roshan is back up. It does have an Aegis to give. Baby Knight commits his own ultimate to make sure that it's absolutely it's going quick enough, because Kaipi already smoked up, ready to try and take a team fight. I think twice about it now. DD rune even spotted out. The rune of many wins, if they get that onto Ace, and looks like he's making his way towards that. This is where you want to fight, right? Double damage rune plus Aegis on your Klinks.
Looking for that Tusk. Under vision here. Wouldn't mind finding that Oracle first. Oh, the sentry did spot him for a moment.
Oh, what? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Need one more here. We should be able to find it. There it is. Okay, an extra one with a mechanism. Ouch! Knew it was gonna be bad, but not that bad. I mean, just gonna say, yeah, it's kind of hard to burst it down because Snowball, because it's False Promise, but Oracle didn't even get a chance to get it off. Now it might be counter tier 3, just like that. Buyback forced down, only on the Tusk so far. Sing Sing is there with the combo. Ace still working away at the tier 3 now. Now going for racks. It's 33, trying to stop this from happening. Gets the stun of Baby Knight. Not quite enough damage to bring him down. Ace, he has the Aegis, doesn't really care as they roar down the Drow Ranger in the backline. Silence on 3 heroes as the Railways go down. Nice little damage here with the Magnetize 2 and the extra stone. Bambo might just die back for this. They get a little bit extra damage up, but it looks like, yeah, it might barely be able to survive. Oh, 33 trying to find somebody.
for those buybacks, but securing that Roche was huge. Can you imagine if that was like a 0 and but just the way that the game was running, that you could see how Danish Bears just had so much burst damage to the Clinks and everything. They were on the way to taking hold of this game, and fortunately for the side Danish Bears, it did not go that way. And of course, a great pick off from Ace, leaning up into that base charge, and they end up getting that melee racks. So they are now up in structures compared to the side of KP. Hurricane Pike, Helm the Dominator, and now a Yasha picked up here for Bone 7, sitting on 1,400 gold. We'll see if he goes a little bit more defensive in like the Manta, and just dealing with the
back that maybe Knight had to go for early in that Kaipi push. So it's also a factor that will be hurting Bone 7 quite a bit in terms of item progression. In fact, if you look at net worth distribution now, it's fallen just a little bit below the DP. Overall, fairly even. A lot of differences really in the supports. Oracle kind of stopped at 3k, whereas if you look at Neuer, he would be going for a Veil next year, sitting at 2k gold in the bank after the Arcane Boots, of Shadows. Then the Phoenix with the Midas, obviously also 2k in his bank. What do you think Rise is going for next year? It's just going to be something like a Shiva's?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's such a good Shiva's game that since our Death Prophet is going for the more standard Octarine core, not having to be like forced into a Shiva's or anything quite yet for herself, that Phoenix would just be so fantastic to pick that up for them.
Maybe that also already has the Veil, so Neuer doesn't actually have to pick it up for a while.
Yeah. That is nice. And the Blink Dagger as well, going to be out for the Earth Spirit soon.
Just got so much gold, so much momentum from that push, from that Aegis. Ace with his BKB now, it's freshly picked up as you said. And just keep looking for more, right? You have the Hawk Vision. Try to be counted out by these Forge Spirits, but the micro is there. Or has the Joe. If you DB, do you just wait for the next Roshan now? Or do you just try and go with your items now before Kaipi have a chance to take a breath?
I think just kind of the way they were playing before, moving around the map as a big unit, Ace scouting out a little bit ahead would probably be the way to go. Like having that 10-second BKB, he should be very survivable up against that lineup as long as he can dodge out that crush. And having a scene to just like counter initiate and pounce on top would certainly be the play here. Smoke will be the way they want to go, with Ace doing his little scouting work. Now, he has no gem or anything, so he has to be cautious about sentries, of course. But none in the mid lane right now.
7 kind of showing himself as the only one. The rest of Kaipi is ready to react now. Hestinjo gets the raw to come with me. Taking him down first means that he cannot get anyone. Nice little silence here to 2. It's both 7 broke down immediately in Sing Sing card with roll. Neuer setting them up for success. There's an immediate buyback coming out from the Invoker, where the damage has already been done. Formation from Kaipi just brought down, and they find even more here. Sexy Bamboo on the high ground. Not safe at all. Just bouncing him, and Ace is just doing a ridiculous amount of damage at this stage. He can just right click down everyone with a couple of shots. That's an easy range frags. Just finish that one off, and can go straight for the bottom lane if they want to. Sing Sing has to be careful not to get caught out. Oh, nice little tornado MP. Puts away the mana here with Rise and Ace. Don't think they care too much. Baby Knight didn't even have to use ultimate for these quick pickoffs. It has it available now for tier 3. And Kaipi without a drow, they kinda lack the damage to even engage. Even if they found the initiation, even if the Invoker had something to give. Man. It's looking very bad for Kaipi in this game.
Out, honestly.
Yeah. Do you see a way back for them here?
Exorcism, so might as well just leave. It starts to run out here.
Yeah.
Oh, do I see a way back for
Kaipi? Yeah.
Do you think they should back? No. It would have to be some pretty big mistakes from Danish Bears, right? I mean, you look at overall just the BKB and everything for Ace. Still has the 9 seconds. There's 2600 gold in the Death Prophet. She can move into another defensive item. That Shiva's Guard will be done soon on the Phoenix. They're just going to be even scarier on the side of the Radiant. But with the gem now finally picked up here, if they could bully down Ace a couple times, perhaps. I don't know. There's so much lane pressure that no matter what they end up doing, Death Prophet's just going to run at your last racks.
Yeah. Kind of downside as well with two lanes kind of pushing in. You even have less room in the vision game as well. Which way, and lanes are going to push out further, so that's some natural vision that DB has. Because it's just something that Kaipi have to account for. If they're not responding to the waves pushing in close to their base, can kind of figure, alright, maybe they're smoked up, maybe they're looking for me. Speaking of looking for something here, Neuer found himself in this rune. But yeah, it's Kaipi.
Gotta get that Aghanim Scepter Drow, right? Yeah, get that split damage.
I don't know if that's the play here. Then again,
I mean, what else
do you buy? What do you buy in a draw range?
Maelstrom Ags, boys. Let's go, Bone 7.
That's a decent way to actually defend against Mega Creeps, even. Even then, he's quite a ways away from that.
I have not witnessed the big attack speed thing, but I haven't been watching Bone 7 in a lot of these fights. I know he used it during one fight, but I couldn't tell if it was just a self-save or perhaps the allied play. It's quite the item. I don't know, the vision fact that you brought up, just the fact like you have to keep them in range is just like amplified damage of course helps with that, which is really huge, and I'm sure you'll be seeing a lot of Drow Slider because of this if the Hurricane Pike becomes the core item.
Need finish someone off or just bring down damage to the tower and just pops a BKB. Look at this Sing Sing. He's just forced back to base right now almost. Especially Death Prophet keeping himself alive, the ultimate still going. There's the Sun Ray. Just a little bit later. Sing Sing trying to stop this from happening, but he just doesn't have too much to give. All the control they can provide already thrown out, but DB not even a scratch on them. It's a GG as they get chased all the way back to the fountain. And now baby
We all know that they have played very well this tournament, you know, climbing their way back into that grand final through the lower bracket there. So they're not going down without a fight. And this draft definitely working out a lot better. That mid lane, I mean, Baby Knight absolutely crushed things.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's definitely a match.
I think
It was so hard for Sing Sing to contribute that like a lot of the burden fell on the rest of the team, but the Slardar didn't have those allies that he needs to actually be a Slardar.
Yep. That's the middle lane is actually the big difference to the last game as well, where Baby Knights, just like Sing